Welcome back, everyone. It's once again that crazy time and exciting time of the year, the beginning of the new school year. But before we jump into our annual data talk and instructional lens for the year, I wanted to take a minute to share with you some of the feedback we received from the end of the year student and parent survey. Overall, the survey results were very positive, and I chose a few quotes that I think really summed up both our year and all the work that you do. I feel like my teachers really care about me and how I am doing. I like coming to school now. Quote from a 7th grade student. Over the last 3 years, I have seen my daughter grow not just academically, but socially and personally as well. Her teachers have taught her more than just English, math, or the other subjects, but how to be a good person. This to us is the best thing she could have learned. 11th grade parent. Miss Connolly has changed my son. He hated coming to school and he really hated reading. Now he is up in the morning without us asking and he is reading at night for pleasure. She deserves a medal. Quote from a 5th grade parent. I know my son is in good hands at Guahomie Park Academy. Not only do the teachers know his name, but they know his name for good reasons. I am really looking forward to all the great things he will do in the future. A 3rd grade parent. I've been at Guahomie since 6th grade. I have learned so much, and it's because I had amazing teachers. I am graduating this year, and I know that I am not just ready for college, but life. Thank you, Ms. Richardson, for pushing me when I wanted to slack, Mr. Yu for loving biology so much that I began to love it too, and to all my middle school teachers for putting up with me during those years. Haha. I can't imagine where I'd be without all of you. A 12th grade student. There were many more that were just as complimentary as these, but I didn't share these quotes with you just to tell you how great you are, which you are, by the way. But I also wanted you to see firsthand what your hard work, dedication, and passion truly means to our families and our students. It's one thing for me to tell you, but it's another to see it from the mouths of our students and our families. I want these quotations to stick with you and to be the foundation and the motivation as we move into our 17-18 school year. So let's go ahead and jump into our CASP data. We're going to continue focusing on English language arts as we as a staff had previously decided that this was an area that impacted all subject areas, not just English language arts or social science teachers. The following data is the percent of students in each grade level that met or exceeded the standards in English language arts. Overall, we had a 7% decrease in English language arts from the 15-16 school year to the 16-17 school year. However, our overall average is still above the state average of 41%. After seeing the overall data, I decided to dive deeper to see which claim areas we were struggling in the most and which of our students needed the most support in this area. The data indicated that our reading was the lowest claim area and our economically disadvantaged students, which is also comprised a majority of English language learners, are struggling significantly more than our students that are not economically disadvantaged or are English only or English proficient. So our not economically disadvantaged students, 36% of them were above the standard in reading, while 18% were below. Now compare that to our economically disadvantaged students, where 16% were above average in reading or above the standard in reading, while 31% were below that standard in reading. Now let's take a look at our English only, our English proficient. We have 27% above, 21% below, and then we have our English language learners. 2% were above, while 64% were below. So, based on this data, feedback from the lead teachers, and our classroom observations, we're going to continue our focus on reading across the curriculum. However, this year, we're going to be pushing ourselves further. We're going to continue incorporating reading opportunities across the disciplines, but we're also going to start incorporating effective instructional reading strategies that will ensure that all students are able to interact and engage with these rigorous texts that are being utilized within your classrooms. So thinking of that, let's talk about what happened last year, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing differently in the upcoming school year. So last year, classroom observations indicated that 92% of teachers incorporated high rigor text within their content lessons. However, only K through 5 and English language teachers were GLAD, which is Guided Language Acquisition Design trained. We only had bi-monthly cross-curricular and grade level collaborations. Academic support classes were only offered to 6th graders, and our STAR assessments were given to only the 6th grade students as well. Only ELA and math teachers had access to that STAR data to support their instruction, and data talks only took place in subject areas, but not in the cross-grade level teams. So let's look into what we're going to be changing this year to help us to improve our instructional practices within our classroom to ensure that all students are able to engage in these rigorous texts. All content teachers will be GLAD trained. There will be cross-curricular and grade level collaboration time incorporated into the professional development schedule on a bi-weekly basis. Teachers will be given time to complete peer-to-peer observations on a monthly basis. Academic support classes will be offered in grades 6 through 8, in addition to the English language development designated classes. Universal assessments, such as STAR, will be given to all K through 8 students 4 times a year, fall, winter, spring, and the end of the year, to monitor foundational skill progress. And grade level teams will engage in data talks every 4 to 6 weeks. Before we break, I want to leave you with a reminder of what all the hard work and dedication you do means to students. I know this is going to be a great year, and I'm excited for the achievement you and our students are going to make. Thank you for all that you do.
That's what you're going to ask her too? That's a hard question. Well, without teachers, what would the world be like without teachers? Chaos. Because I won't learn anything. The younger generation wouldn't have anyone to look up to learn from, walk around ignorant. I mean, we could keep the teachers, but just not homework. That'd be pretty cool.
Everybody would be going cuckoo and we wouldn't know anything.
I think that is the scariest thought that anyone could ever have. I think it will be craziest just because I feel like teachers are, besides our parents, the first people we meet who like shape who we become. I haven't always been like the best student throughout my whole life. I was always in trouble. I had suffered 3 F's, and I realized like, oh, well, I need to fix that, you know? 4th grade was over. I'm here 5th grade. We graduated 6th grade. Hey, Mrs. Gonzalez, how you doing? And then she's like, oh yeah, I heard these are your grades. What's going on in that science class? Like, she was like totally just keeping up, and I just felt like, whoa, like something's different about that. Gave me the time of day. Mostly, it was very he was very engaged in stuff that I was doing. Even though I was in detention, I was still learning. And she was the one teacher who really saw a lot in me to make me feel like I wasn't the kid that other teachers were saying. And there was a point where I said, okay, I'm going to fail my French class because I haven't been there, so I haven't done any homework. I'm just going to drop out before I fail. And then she specifically came to me and said, no, I'm going to work out a deal with you so that if you stay, you won't fail.
When you didn't do good in school, she would chew you out, but she would always give you a chance to make it up. You know what I mean? She would never put you low standard and just leave you there. You know, and that's one thing I like about teachers. They won't leave you behind.
You know, and when I got accepted into colleges, the first thing I thought is like, I better go. And I better go and tell her. I'm gonna be like, guess what? I got into Penn State. I got into UC. I got into all these colleges.
Actually, it inspired me to pursue political science.
She's basically the one that taught me to just keep trying. I can accomplish more than I probably think I can. I felt it. Like, she didn't have to do that, but it made the difference. You see, I'm getting emotional. Like, you take, you know? Give me a minute. I wouldn't be here without her, you know? And I'd like to thank her so much for that. Thanks, Mr. Victor. you know that you mean a lot to me. You're like really important. And yeah. What was your teacher's name again?
Mr. Miracle. Mr. Elmore. Shout out to Mr. Miracle.
Miss Harris.
Her name was Casey Crocker. She just exhibited like such a raw passion for teaching. It made me want to teach. Like, I want to do that for people. Like, that's